there's just not enough time in your day to do that.
Dan the vigilante.
But but two, you're gonna end up hurting some people, and there's gonna be some consequences for that.
Mm.
You're gonna get in trouble with the police. And also, I've learned that I remember one competition that I was in judo, and I looked across the mat from me, and I'm like, man, I was arrogant in this moment. I'm like, man, I'm so easily gonna win this. It was the skinny little kid standing across from me, and he was, but he got me with a choke, and I'd never been choked out before. I never had to tap out before
Mm.
in judo like that. I'm like, wow, that really. I think I was humbled in that moment. Well, that definitely taught me to not judge people before you kind of stand toe to toe with them. Because I
Yeah.
thought I was going to win that. I was very confident about winning against that kid, and he choked me out. So again, if you're going to apply that to somebody out in the street, like, okay, this somebody looks unassuming, you don't know what they know,
Yeah.
and also you don't know that they might be carrying a knife or anything.
Exactly.
You don't know if they got three friends waiting around the corner. You can't be starting fights with people. There's going to
No.
be consequences. You're going to get yourself into trouble, or you're going to get hurt. So I would try and avoid confrontation, physical confrontation on the street.
Mm.
Absolutely the last thing you want to do.
Yeah. I think that the power of even someone that's done 1 year of something like judo, jiu-jitsu, even something Muay Thai, even 1 year of training, that person is then just way above anyone that hasn't done
Sure,
anything.
sure,
Even someone that's bigger than them, by 10, 15 kilos,
sure.
they can batter them. And
Yeah,
people underestimate this, I think. And it's like, in Brazil, I got tapped out in jiu-jitsu by a girl. I think she was about 17.
uh
She was
huh.
a brown belt. I remember she had her back
Wow.
on the floor and then just like her legs around my neck, just like,
Yeah,
I was just like stood up, like trying to resist, just like, because obviously no man wants to get tapped out by like a woman, let alone an 18-year-old girl that's about 55 kilos or
yeah,
something, half my body weight, and then tapping me out. And I was like, oh my God,
yeah.
like these people.
Don't make any judgments about anybody.
Yeah. But I think as well that one thing I thought was amazing that obviously jiu-jitsu, well, Brazilian jiu-jitsu is from Brazil, but a lot of the people I'd met, and especially a lot of the girls, had done some form of martial arts training.
Yeah,
And everyone I spoke to, like all the girls I spoke to about it, said it just gives them this level of confidence that they didn't have before.
yeah,
Um, I met this, she was Vietnamese. She was like a Vietnamese Australian, so like typically small, like a typical Vietnamese person.
sure.
And she was a blue belt, and she said that once she started training jujitsu, she felt so much more comfortable just in every moment of life because she knew that she could at least protect herself to some level,
Yeah,
against an average person, an average assailant. She can protect herself pretty well and
yeah,
at least buy herself some time
yeah,
or get away. And it's just, it does give you that level of confidence because it gives you that clarity when you've been in those super high pressure situations where someone is trying to choke you out or break your arm.
yeah.
And yeah, it's controlled, but they are still trying to do it until you tap.
Sure.
It does give you that sense of clarity. When you're looking around and you see some unsavory characters or something, and you're assessing the situation. Is this going to turn nasty? Blah blah blah. You're walking
Yeah,
around late at night, but it gives you that ability to step back and think, okay, is this the right idea? And you analyze it a bit more. And I think it's so valuable for anybody to do just a year or two of anything.
yeah. I'd agree.